Hello and welcome to Retro Cars Reborn. I am Lee, and on today's episode we're going to be looking at another upgrade for the Laser Capri. So let's get into it. I ordered all of my brake discs and the caliper kit for spacing it out to run vented discs, and then quickly realised that I didn't order any pads. So we're not going to be looking at the brakes today, although nearly enough everything's here. Just got to wait for pads to turn up now, and we'll jump straight into that. But today we're going to be looking at a really popular modification that a lot of classic car owners are doing, whether it's a Capri, a MGB, a Mini, a Mark II Escort, MX-5. We're all putting LED halo lights in, so we're going to be looking at that. So if you're a regular viewer, you'll already know that I converted the dipped beam and the side lights into a halo and left the main beam as a halogen bulb and original light, because I was gonna go for a single light conversion and completely do away with this light completely, because you've got your side lights, which is the outer ring halo, you've got your dip beam, your main beam, and like the main beam also brings on these super duper really high resolution LEDs in there as well. But I wasn't happy with just a single light, so I decided to go with double. It'll probably resemble BMW, like an E30 with the halos. Quite a few people have already done it, but I thought I'd show you how it's done. There's quite a bit of converting to do on the actual backplate in order to get this to fit. So let's jump into it. So looking at the backplate itself, once you've removed it, which I will show you how to, don't worry. As you can see here, the mass difference in the amount of components involved. Let's get a rag down so we don't scratch our lens. So yeah, literally you've got a 3-pin plug, which is pretty similar to the 3-pin plug you already get on the Capri, so pretty much straightforward, swapping straight in. Side light and the indicator ring also runs off this, which is nice and easy to follow, nice and simple. We'll also cover the wiring on this as well. But yeah, so you've got this little vent here. This is a vent to let air get out of here. It's to, condensation and things like that. It can build up in there. You need to make a little space for that. Now all I did was chop it just either side and bend it out of the way. Nice and simple. The part that you've got to really consider is behind here, which we'll take it off now. So what you want to do is remove the old light. You don't have to take these screws all the way out. How easy was that? Yeah, exchanging all that for that. There we go then, so the other lens is removed. All that ginormous load of crap going to be swapped for something nice and simple. Yeah, just put your ring over there. Again, if you really want to, you can paint this, make it nice. I'm not too fussed. You can't see it, so it doesn't really bother me. So this is what you get in the box when you order these bad boys. Remember that these are originally for a Harley Davidson motorcycle. They are E-numbered. It's just there, if you can just make it out. So MOT testers have to be nice and friendly to them. But seeing as it's being used on the Capri anyway, it's exempt from the rule of LEDs and whatnot. 1986, anything before 1986, this is perfectly legal to do. So as I was saying before, I bent this bracket out, but this time I'm going to do it a little bit neater. So I've got a chalk marker, great for working on metal. And I already know that this one needs to be cut here, pretty much perfectly in line with this bottom adjuster. Marked paint marker, so I know exactly when I'm cutting that piece out. So with that little section cut out, you've now made room for the little breather, and it looks so much neater than just bending it out of the way the first time around. So now we're going to flip it over and look at the little locating tab that's actually on the LED lamps, which will keep it in the perfect upright position. So now with that bit cut out of the way, you can see that it fits perfectly flush on this side, and you only got to deal with the locating tab on this side that's leaving it raised up. Now, firstly, you want to make sure that the lamp is perfectly sat upright. Now, your E mark on the top, well, it determines the top. You've got this also, if I can just point it out, this little dot here in the lamp, this little plastic dot. And what I was doing was lining it up with this little screw here. Same on this side, because that is right at the top of the lamp, giving you a perfect spot to keep them both in the upright position. Now I've turned the lamps round so you can see the locating tab, which is just in there, right in the centre. Now all you've got to do is mark where that tab is, and then again just cut a little slot out for it to sit in. I make it a little bit bigger so you've got that little bit of wiggle room to centre it up, just in case you can't get it spot on. So we'll go ahead and mark that, we'll cut it out and we'll come back. So that's the slot cut out. We'll just chuck the lamp in there, make sure it all fits, and then literally you're holding it back in with the original ring, dropping it on, turning it and screwing it down. And there you have it. You've got your two halo lights mounted on the backing plates, still fully adjustable, and if you don't like it, you don't like the look of it, you change your mind, you can always go back to the original lamps, because you've only modified the back plate for these to fit. It doesn't affect the fitting of the originals whatsoever. So right, now on to the wiring, getting them to work and fitting them back in. So let's look at the Capri's wiring for the headlamps as a whole. So you've got your two connectors. There's your outside lamp and your inside lamp. Nice and easily distinguished. Inside lamp's only got 2 wires, whereas your outside lamp's got your 3 wires. So those two. Now this, before I go any further, this is the plug that comes with the Halo lamps. Now I've used it to extend this wiring. If you really wanted to, you could unpick it from the back so you can plug it directly in. The only reason I did this is so that I can again go back to standard lamps if I wanted to. So I chopped this white wire out, which I've then reused here. The black, or should I say the grey wire with the black tracer is your side light. So I've made that little extension for the side light, and those two are your earth for the dipped beam. There you go. Yellow's power in, grey's earth. Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. So I want, now that I've got 2 Halo lamps, I want both rings to be on at the same time. And I could even have double dipped and double main now if I wanted to. So you've just got to configure a crossover between the two now. So for this wire that I made, I'm just going to get a new wire and remake it with a twin piece that comes out of here. So this one goes to one lamp, and then the other wire will go to the second lamp, therefore lighting up both Halo rings. Again, for your indicators, wherever the wire has gone, it's in here somewhere. Let's see if I can find it. Oh, there we go. You've just got to make a little pin to go in here, one earth and one live, that will then go to the back of the Halo lamp so that the indicators also work on the Halo lamps. So I'm going to do some wiring and we'll come back and we'll have a look at the result and we'll see if it works. Right then, so now that I've blinded myself, let's have a look at the wiring again. So your 3 wires is for your outer Halo. So your yellow is for your dipped beam. The grey, the brown is your earth. And they are the top pin and the outer pin. The blue top one is for dip beam and the black is the earth. The grey with the black tracer is your side light. Now if you want dual side lights, all I've done is made a twin linked orange cable to go into the red connector on this lamp and the red connector on this lamp. For your main beam, you don't need to do anything with the wiring at all. You just plug it directly in because it's a perfect match. That's it. It's the only bit of wiring. You do not need to change. So yes, nice and simple, and you can put that back to standard at any point. I would obviously insulate all this afterwards. If you want the indicator to work, you just need to earth the top pin. I've just used the standard Capri earth for the lights anyway. If yours is like mine and I'm going to have to go away from that because the other side's rotten, look, just make an earth that goes directly to your battery and you should be perfectly fine for that. So yeah, earth that top pin. Bottom pin is to your green connector on the back of the halo lamp. Again, you can have double indicators if you wanted. I'm just going to have a single indicator on the outer one flashing, and then it leaves that halo still lit up as well. So that's how the wiring is. It's super simple. That's super simple. I didn't use any real specialized equipment, just these little connectors, because I wanted to make it so that it can all be put back to standard if I ever sell the car or whatever. So what I'll do now is I will chuck the lamps in, the lamp in even, put the bezel back on, and we'll have a look at it in action. So to remove your original lights, you're going to have to open the bonnet, remove your grille. You've only got 4 screws holding the grille on. Again, you've got 4 screws holding on the bezel. And there. And then once the bezel is off, there's just another screw here, another one up here, another one in this corner, and another one in this corner holding the back plate on. And that's the whole thing comes off. So yeah, there you go. That's how you fit the halo lights into your Capri. It's be different for all the models, Escorts, MGBs, but I'm pretty sure there's plenty of other people who've done videos out there. So this has been Retro Cars Reborn. I've been Lee. I shall see you in the next one. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a comment, like the video, and I shall see you then.